following program is brought to you with most refreshing smoke of all.
It's your boy Pomo. Welcome back to Godspeed TV Group Spiritual. It's been a minute. I've been fighting agents, whipping their ass. We're going to talk about Brother Polight. Got a little bit of history on him tonight. And the allegations, brought before. As you say, allegations, allegedly. But they wrapped him up in the same situation as his master, Dr. Malachi York. But this might be funny. But we're going to enjoy the ride. Y'all sit back. I got to get people time to get situated. We're going to talk about Brother Polight tonight. And the way I feel, Brother Polight was charged with having sexual intercourse with a 14-year-old. Semen was on the scarf and a shirt, allegedly. But like I say, he was supposedly helping the little girl out, getting into it with her mother. And he said, oh, we can take her now and let us take her out. Let us take her one night on the town, have fun with her, you know what I'm saying? Now we're going to pause. We're going to pause right there. First of all, Polight, how come you ain't let your wives handle that? They could have picked up in the Bentley and rode off and had fun. Second of all, who the fuck running around worrying about when little girls get into it with their parents, you going to take them out? If it was a little boy, would you have rolled him and take him out? See what I'm saying? Hell no. So what you want, bro? But I started to realize he was harvesting or grooming these girls at a young age. So all them girls you see now, back in the day, they was young and they didn't grew up, but then nobody knew about the play. But he got caught. He like to take people, children that's getting into it with their parents out, but not boys, girls. But like I said, we're going to get into the show tonight. You ain't got busted, Dr. Malachi York style. Like I said, why you even in the hotel? Why your semen even on her? Why you even riding with her, nigga? Like, quit playing with me, man. Quit playing with me. Can't fuck games in this bitch. But like I said, welcome to Godspeed TV. It's been a minute. Rock with me. Chicago City, Chirac, we get it back just like that.
What can I say? Yesterday,
Brother Polight, allegations brought before him.
What's going on? Wow, this your boy Sensei ripping them back again with another video. Man, oh man, what can I say? Yesterday, we talked Kwame Brown, and out of nowhere, there's reports that Brother Polight has been charged with some very spicy crimes, if you will. So we're going to check out what Tasha K got to say. You know what I mean? We got a Brother Polight response, signed letter, platform, and I'm going to give y'all my opinion afterwards. All right? Let's get it.
Victim's mouth, lips area. Defendant Noah, who is Brother Polight, told his girlfriend, Mr. Rocho, not to call the police because if she did, she would ruin his career. This is exactly what he stated, okay? Of course, you gotta say allegedly, but they got to see it. Anyway, let me keep going. So after he told her don't call the police because she would ruin his career, Mr. Rocho, the mother to the 14-year-old daughter, transported the victim, her daughter, to Mount Sinai Hospital where she disclosed sexual battery. TS, the 14-year-old victim, was transported to Roxy Bolton, rape treatment center that was in Miami, where all her clothing was collected and a kit was performed and collected. Said evidence was transported to Miami-Dade County Forensic Lab, where it was analyzed on
Oh, peace, Brother Polight. Well, I want you to know I'm live. Do you want to talk or no?
I'm actually traveling, but what's going on?
All right, I'm quite sure you see the internet is lit up. People is talking crazy. And
yeah, I'm just telling you something crazy.
Yeah, people are talking crazy that you had molested a 14-year-old girl. I don't know how true it is. That's why I said I'm not going to jump out the window. I'm not saying none of that until we can find out what's really good. And I don't know if you want to talk or we can set something up probably tomorrow whenever you stop traveling or whatever.
Now, you know we don't play those games. Just like when niggas was coming at me with all the goofy shit before.
Okay.
You know, when people make serious charges, when people make serious allegations like that, you know YouTube ain't the place where you deal with it.
Got you. I got you.
I stay with our whole fucking legal team. You know what I'm saying?
Say less.
But what I'll tell you is this. You know, I ain't no fucking weirdo. You see all the beautiful, voluptuous people I be with.
Yeah.
So I ain't a weirdo. That's what it is. But I know what it is for people. Yeah. When you make a very negative accusation against somebody, some accusations are so negative, you be like, yo, that shit's so negative, it gotta be true, because who would say something that negative?
Pause. Nigga, quit playing. The bottom line, I ain't did no shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all will see I will be avenged. If I'm sitting at home and I'm sitting here and I've been in the house all day, and all of a sudden I see on TV, Poe was outside messing with a girl. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, wait. I ain't even answering nobody's phone call. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. How? I ain't even in the vicinity. Quit playing. But we're going to go to Victim-Victimizer software. Victim Archetypes. Control programs is a term used to describe multiple layers of Victimizer Mind Control software that is used to psychologically and emotionally program humanity into thinking thoughts of violence and hatred in order to believe the Archontic Deception Behavior, fear-based control system beliefs as normal or a normal way of life. Doing force, let me get that right. The enforcement of these controller programs is accomplished by forcing entities and thought patterns into the mind of people called Victimizer Archetypes. When we understand these Victimizer Archetypes, we are being targeted in the human race. We can learn how they work to drain our energy and feed consumption model and parasitism. Thus, we can stop playing into these archetypes and not let other people project their archetypes onto us. Through the intentional psycho-spiritual warfare made against the mind of the human population, the population is made subservient to the following aliens masking as the false king of tyranny and power elite. Polight them, motherfuckers be kicking with. Victimizer Archetypes is listed as God's body and should be helped. So, from that, we're gonna go to the red cube clone entities, which probably is what he was probably fucking with. But before we gonna get into that, we gonna go. I want to hear the rest of what this nigga got to say.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that shit is. But you know, I ain't gonna speak on it any further. But I tell you this: if I accuse somebody of some shit, niggas gonna probably look at niggas. So niggas hate me. But if somebody accuses me of something, it's always true. But I'm always walking around free. It's always true, but I'm always free.
A long pause, nigga. Now ain't nobody accusing them lately of going to jail or no reckless stuff like that. We just, they didn't like your polygamy situation, and black females ain't on that. Niggas cool with it, but black females like, man, come on now, who the fuck is you? You running around here under the Victimizer Act with these gold shoes on, talking about cow gonna click 3 times, take me away. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the old Polight? What happened to the Polight who used to really kick knowledge and did the knowledge he kicked? Where do this nigga Bitcoin motherfucking come from? This Bitcoin Polight ass motherfucker. Even with Hollywood, y'all, we're gonna get into that. That's never mind the man behind the red curtain. He under the Leo Act. And nothing wrong with the Leo, but we talking about the Lord Leo, he like to kick it. Like I said, why didn't you tell your girl to get the little girl and y'all go take her? They go take her to have fun. You ain't even supposed to see her. You ain't even supposed to be talking to her. But here you is in the car with her at the hotel. Nigga, I smack that TBD Ameritech. Boy, I hate when motherfuckers be on that bullshit. Fuck it. And then everybody wants to say, the conscious community. This is the same thing that happened to Dr. Malachi York, his sensei. Let's go to the program about Dr. Malachi York, though, his sensei. Let's see how it went with him.
Torah laws, children marched in their robes twice daily from schools to the mosque for prayers. The women silently cast their heads down when they came outside. The flower pots outside their collection of townhouses were well tended. Even a nationally syndicated columnist wrote about them, commenting the streets of their neighborhood.
It's Dr. Malachi York, his sensei situation. Same thing happened to him.
What did not know, and the FBI later learned, was that the reason there were no drugs dealers in that neighborhood was that the AAC, Mujahideen thugs, would beat up the drug dealers, leave them to their stashes, and sell the drugs elsewhere in the city. According to the FBI report, York's 25-year-long stint as a Muslim holy man, during that time he was actually directing a criminal enterprise whose activities included welfare fraud, arson, extortion, bank robberies, and at least one political assassination. About the time the FBI was assembling its report, York was hopping the midnight train to Georgia. Besides the feds,
he was on the midnight train in Georgia. Same thing Polight was on in that hotel.
York was under fire from authentic Muslims who exposed his group as a heretical cult. Members of his family had renounced him and left the group. And authorities in Sullivan County, the upstate New York Catskills area where York had built a country retreat, had slapped him with a $200,000 tax bill, which he had no intention of paying.
Now I'm just giving y'all this. This is a history of Polight. This is, this was a sensei. So you see how the scamming and accusation of messing with underage women is like poured down from the tree.
Also, by this time, the street cuffs in Brooklyn had it big. They started calling him the pimp imam. It was, again, entirely accurate. On the day I went out to Tamaray in '98, it was my journalistic duty to ask York for a response to all these allegations, which I was preparing to print in my newspaper. After I informed the gate guard of my purpose, York flounced out to meet me, dressed in a flowing black pajama-style robe, amidst a phalanx of security guards. One of them held a parasol to shield York from the sun. As I recall, York was cordial, even thanking me for coming out personally to seek comment from him. His response was to deny everything, and I'll never forget the way he phrased it, denial.
You're gonna deny it.
You're making me out to be a monster, he said.
There we go.
I'm not a monster.
Sound familiar?
Right away, Richard Nixon's line, I'm not a crook, left in my mind.
Now let's go back to his son.
So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but I just got wind of it.
Say no more, man.
But, love you, man. Thank you for even just asking me.
All right.
And being a brother, just asking.
Yes.
But I thank you very much. But you know how we got to do. When it comes to this type of goofy shit, you got to leave it in the hands of the people that deal with that kind of negativity.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. All right, peace.
Yes, I can't do it in the world of YouTube. Peace.
All right. So that's why I was saying, Sutek, that I'm not going to jump out the window and just say some crazy shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth. I let them niggas do that. Y'all can do all that shit.
I'm doing it.
Well, that's it, y'all. That's Brother Polight's response to the reports of the charges. Of course, initially when I heard it, I was, looking like, where is this coming from? TMZ. They say Tasha K. Now, we all know Tasha K is good at her job. Salute to her. But I was a little, struck for a second, like, why only Tasha K? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other platforms out here that would love to put that man's face up. You know what I mean? But of course, Tasha was the first to break it to everyone. Of course, some people I noticed in the comments on other people's videos was talking about Netta exposing this. So, of course, there's a lot of research in regards to what we've already seen prior to hearing about this information on these charges. But let's be real, man. Let's be clear. We don't condone this type shit at all. I'm telling you right now, any man that chooses to violate any woman, right? Period. They can't. It's unforgivable. It's deemed unforgivable. And you must be banned from society. That's just how it goes. You feel me? It is what it is. You feel me? So, as far as I'm concerned, brother, yes, you're innocent until proven guilty. That is true. And we got to be smart about that. We already know the media loves to talk about, the black man, especially in this manner, in this light. But from the reports that Tasha's saying, bro, they got DNA So, yeah, if they have DNA, allegedly, right? So everybody's saying to protect their platform. So let me protect mine. Allegedly, it is being claimed that they had DNA, which ultimately led them to go and, you know what I'm saying, detain you. So, yeah, bro. Unless you're dealing with some true forensic, you know what I'm saying, some true crime, investigate, you know what I'm saying, type bros. I don't know, bro. This ain't looking good. Talking about your team and, you know, we're going to leave it in the hands of the people. Look, bro, if somebody accused me of this shit.
Right. Red Cube clone entities. Additionally, the Red Cube AI technology is designed to be a genetic code crasher for herogrammic union, or to create interference through an alien love bite scenario that engaged the person in heavy emotional dramas via a victim-victimizer archetypes and masking identity by keeping the inner and outer gender principles still apart. The Red Cube technology capitalizes on the painful emotional astral damage and mistaken identity, confusing identity so that the target cannot tell who is who. What are the false timelines? The little girl going through this, and imposter versus the authentic identity. Is this nigga really here to help me? And why has he got his thing out in my face? The target person can mistake AI digital twins insert into their hologram as their twin soul or whatever else that can be included to interfere with integrated spiritual ascension by confusing them with mistaken identity. I don't know why I'm here. Or hero saver archetype, him going to pick her up, talking about, yeah, I heard you getting into it with your mom. Hey, how many people, my girl's going to come here, going to check out all night on that time. This includes the target believing that they are this special entity this special entity from an inserted digital twin of a clone ascending master in their light body, Dr. Malachi York, in which this clone runs AI red waves, false feminine, violent programming, or other artificial frequencies, which is quite common in the New Age circles without negative ego training and victimizer clearing. So, I'm going to let y'all hear him talk for a minute.
All these people are open. Nobody said nothing, right? So I figured they was too scared to say something, right? So that was the crossroads for me. That's when I decided I don't got a mother, I don't got a father, and I had adults around me that watched me, had a gun to my mouth, and no one had the heart to say, let's save the life of this young man.
Right, because you could have gotten killed right there.
Could have got killed.
Yeah.
And granted, I'm older now, and I understand the fear that may have resonated with them when they seen the action. But as a young man, I've been disappointed by people older than me so much that I decided I was
do the same thing
by myself again.
Right, you're gonna do the same thing to somebody else. Quit playing with me, man. Good family. Let's go back to our boy.
Right. Boy, I'm Michael R. Kelly on you niggas. Is this thing on?
Didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Yo.
Now again, this isn't something to laugh about, of course, but that's just my sense of humor and just, you know, the R. Kelly thing. You guys are crazy. But seriously, if somebody accused me of that shit, of course, the internet is you feel me, is not the jury. And that is the last place you want to go on to convince. But when there is a time to make a statement, you know, I guess he's being advised to, you know, make a statement when that time is right. So if that's the case, okay, brother. But when someone call you and say, hey, bro, what's going on? Bro, I did not do it. That's all y'all need to know. I'm innocent. And when the time is right, a statement will be released.
But aggressive program. Aggressive program is a victim-victimizer software mind control archetype, a VV strategy or VV diamond VVSs that is used to target and suppress spiritually developing people. This is one of the controller programs that is a sub-program of the victim-victimizer software program and a collective magnesium that has accumulated over many generations. Aggressive programs is listed. Aggressive programs is the instant form of intimidation and bullying through a variety of techniques to manipulate or control other people or exert power over a situation or group. What he's doing with his situation. Intimidation is an intentional behavior that would cause a person fear of injury, harm, or prosecution. It is not necessary to prove that the behavior was so violent as to carry terror or the victim was actually frightened. So what he's doing is like almost the R. Kelly thing, you know what I'm saying? You can rock with me, and then I got a big house, y'all can rock with me, and then nobody really want to leave. So and then he catch them at the lowest point of their life, right before they don't really mean to be the crackhead. They just be walking out the door to be crackhead, and that's how you catch most of them. Make them voluptuous, juicy, feed them steak, nachos, cheese, and greens and stuff, and then he, Brother Polight. Aggressor archetypes of the aggressor program includes oppressor, dominatrix, terrorism, intimidation, intimidator, silent enemy, tyrant, chaos disruptor. Chaos disruptor is a victim-victimizer software mind control archetype that is used to target spiritually developing people. This is one of the, I think I read that already. Okay, yeah. No, I didn't. This is one of the controller programs that is used, that is a sub-program of the Victim-Victimizer software program, a collective mechanism that is accumulated over many generations. This Victimizer archetypes and related programs that are embedded in the cellular matrix are very enhanced now, especially in adjunctive life review patterns for many of us now on the ascension path. This is explosive for some of us now, and I am observing traps for ensnarement and addiction, like Jaws attempting to latch out onto our vulnerability, like that little girl, chaos disruptors. You know what I'm saying? A person that is a dark portal for imposter spirits or being controlled by external negative forces is easily manipulated to bring energetic discord into a group to derail projects and can be a chaos disruptor archetype. The intention behind the chaos disruptor is to divide and conquer of our organization, group of unity, or destroying the energetic coherence in the environment, fucking up the air. And just don't think about this as no space. The galactic drew it all the way down into your house. The chaos disruptor profile is generally very egocentric to narcissistic behavior and emotional psychic vampire and has little impulse control. The silver lining of chaos disruptor is that they reveal any weakness or vulnerability in a group. And those situations where people that are weak will be easily influenced by a person playing the role of the chaos disruptor. Sometimes their larger role is to weed out the wheat from the chaff, and then to visibly who is playing the role of the false friend. I'm gonna read it again. And then to see visibly who is playing the role of the false friend. The chaos disruptor can bring to surface hidden shadow issues so they can be observed and seen to light. False friends, and we're gonna get back to that in a minute.
That's when I joined the church, right?
False friends.
Yeah, and I presume the brother was a brother. Really? Yeah. Because at that time, you wasn't really going to be too flamboyant with the colors. It was intense in the 90s. Yeah, Brooklyn was real intense during that time. The gang culture was on the rise. I mean, I was around low lifes and baby Deceps, Decepticons, and everybody. Yeah. However, the climate of gang membership was on an all-time high in Brooklyn as far as the Bloods and Crips were concerned. So it was like to not be part of one was partially in part or by default being part of the gang in itself. So it was a matter of time before I was going to join anyway. So.
But as of right now, I need y'all, my supporters and fans, to support me during this process. Blah blah. You know what I'm saying? That's what you say. Of course, you can't go into the details and all that, but the only thing y'all need to know is I'm innocent. Come on, man. It ain't that hard. So all this, we gonna leave it to the team and YouTubers. Okay, bro. Okay, man. Innocent until proven guilty. You are right. But if this is true, if they got DNA to prove that these aren't just accusations, man, y'all better smarten up, dummies. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's really, it's really a testament to the new wave. Right. We're moving in a different era, man. Yeah. And a lot of you cats from the conscious community, y'all falling off bad, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was one of them cats, 22, 23, watching it, man. I was one of them cats that was, really listening to these brothers. They was older than me. They appeared to have the knowledge, the game, the wisdom, the knowledge of self. So, of course, so many brothers, such as, Brother Polight, man, that was running this YouTube shit back in the day. It ain't really back in the day, but, we talk internet language, right? But Man, back then, bro, Young Pharaoh, you know, Umar,
All
come
of them.
on, man. So many a list of y'all that was just doing your thing, and now it's looking bad.
Okay, Young Pharaoh put a hit out on this little baby, on some girl, because she threatened him online, 5,000. You know, he got caught with the white girl, and he, you know, fighting his baby mama. Omar Johnson's still trying to get the school started. He want cookies and stuff, and he can't. You know, he need a towel to wipe that sweat off his forehead while he talking. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to let's get a lot. Let's move up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's like a down wave. We're gonna get into false friends, but I want to move up in a little bit.
Check your deserts.
Let's move up. Let's try to get some other understanding. You know what I'm saying?
And a battle was fought there. The areas now that we see the Great Pyramid Complex used to have a stream that ran out to the Nile, the Blue Nile. And all of that area was jungle, verdant, foliage everywhere. Now what do you have? Desert. Check your deserts. And two things they will tell you are lies, and one that they tell you is true. First of all, they'll tell you that anytime you see beaches and sandy, this was once an ocean bottom. That's one big lie. It may have been an ocean bottom, or it may have been fertile black soil that has been so radiated that it now is nothing but sand and nothing will grow on it.
So I joined the Crips, and from that point forward, I flourished. You know, I always had to be a leader one way or another. It's in our DNA. So I just was leading people in the wrong direction. I worked my way up and put in some pain.
Now, you actually got arrested for attempted murder?
Yeah.
It's a desert because they had giant beams using crystals that rayed back, and they used a black crystal, which is the worst kind you could use. It destroyed things, took the life out of the other crystals, the life out of the pineal crystal, and left you dumb. How many heard that? Think about it. You have the biggest and best crystal, which is represented by the Eye of Horus at the top of the main pyramid, in your skull now. It's called a pineal gland. The pineal gland is supposed to send out energy throughout your body, regulate the pituitary gland, and they teach you in anatomy and physiology just the effort. They say that the master gland is what? Pituitary gland. The master gland is a pineal gland.
You know, karma always come back to collect. Y'all remember that, man. For real, what you do to this universe will come back to you. You cannot put out a certain type of negative energy and don't think that it's gonna come back to collect, bro. And it's seeming like a lot of y'all you're falling off. But at the end of the day, when you for the people and you do right for the people gonna do right by you.
False friends. False friends is a victim-victimizer software mind control archetype that is used to target spiritually developing people. This is one of the controller programs that is a sub-program of the victim-victimizer software and a collective mechanism that has accumulated over many generations. False friends, EI surface. I am so proud of you. I want to be your friends on my terms of self-entitlement. Hidden. Let me drain you of your light now. The false friends may be a dark portal that uses false flattery and is unusually lovey-dovey, yet will become aggressive when they do not get what they want from you. Whatever that hidden motivation or desire actually is. When they do not get what they want, they explode in anger, blame, finger pointing by making their issue your fault. They may think you are the bad person because you did not give them whatever they wanted. Many control freaks act out this way. This may be to derail or distract you from paying attention to what you need to be at that time. False friends, EI, cut them off real quick, let them die. Let's go back to my mind.
Because the pineal gland, when it goes bad, the pituitary gland goes crazy, and you might get gigantism, you might get dwarfism, you might get cancer, you might get anything, because it's under control of the pineal gland. Why? Because the pineal gland is the seat of your soul on the upper level. The orchic gland is the seat of your soul on the lower level. And I might say here, you have two sons. You have a sun in your head, you have a sun in your lower plexus. The orchid, most people don't even talk about. And when you talk about the pineal gland, they don't give it the credit they should. They say in the physiology textbooks, it's a vestigial gland of unknown origin that's now atrophied in a very little usage. A vestigial gland of unknown origin, now atrophied in a very little usage. Well, that means your soul ain't worth you know what.
And right now, you won't see me out here, going on the whole, free brother Polight. I need more information. I need to know. You know what I mean? Listening to his response, I ain't gonna lie, in my opinion, so y'all jump on, in my opinion, I'm not convinced. It didn't seem like a brother that, straight was genuine in the response of just, bro, I'm innocent. That's all y'all need to know. We'll talk about this later. Peter said that, I was like, all right. But the whole, James Harden, I'm going to leave it to my legal team and put it in the hands of the people and not the YouTube. And, bro, come on, man. We ain't asked you all that. Is you guilty or not?
Self-righteous, false righteous. False righteousness or self-righteousness, also called sanctimonious, sentitious, and holier than thou attitudes, is a feeling or display of usually smug moral superiority derived from a sense that one's belief, actions, or affiliations are greater virtue than those of the average person. Self-righteous individuals are often intolerant of the opinions and behaviors of others. Self-righteous individuals are often thought to exhibit hypocrisy, false righteousness, and other things that may be listed. A self-righteous person acts superior to his peers because he believes his moral standards are higher or perfect. This moral smugness or moral smudge is condescending by nature and is usually found offensive by others. Various cults, religions promote self-righteousness in an attempt to convert the average person who feels immoral by comparison. Then we're gonna get into from that.
Either or. Come on, because these charges, unforgivable. Children, women, what? Come on, y'all. It's not that hard.
You never catch, I never get them damn charges.
Y'all want to sit here and play this game?
I ain't even in that Spanish field.
Come on, man. They trying to get up. They trying to gang up on. Listen, all I needed to hear was DNA. Okay, I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Nigga. Well, the fuck?
Unless you really dealing with some devious women that will go to extreme lengths to what? You know what I'm saying? Obtain your
to give it to
DNA and then plant it. Come on, man. What we doing here? That's why I said, man, y'all just got to be careful. You just never know out here, man. You really don't. And I'm smart enough to know that in this country, this is what they do. They love to hit people with false allegations. I get all of that. I'm fully aware of that. I got a whole
that stuff on her shirt.
Names, right, that was assassinated by this country. You know what I mean? Even if it was literally the image, right, everything they stood for. So trust me, I'm well aware. Look who's behind me. I got Marley, I got Pac. So like, come on, bro. Even Pac himself was falsely accused of some things, but when they do these tests, everything checked, everything clear.
Because that's where your soul gets its vibrations from. Just to digress on that, we'll go back to the main thing again. Have you ever heard the term, the worm turns? How many have heard it before, the worm turns? People say it means that when you get a rat in the corner, a worm in the corner is going to turn on you and that's it. That's not what they meant at all. In what is called the tergus statistica, the hypothalamus is a bone structure in the middle of your head in which you have your pituitary gland hanging here, sitting like in a Turkish saddle, and beneath it on the ligament is your pineal gland. It spins around like a pine cone. It's called pineal gland. Constantly, when the soul comes into a body and it seats itself, the brain sutures. There's a big suture on that cranial area, which they call the skull. The ancient ones, and the last name that the Greeks remembered, because they remember when they talk about the Dogons and Taurus, the ancient ones used to say, when a child is born, don't ever, during its developing stage, step over. Why did they say that? Because when the soul comes into a body and seats itself within, the skull closes, it sutures. Now you're locked in for a lifetime, whatever that lifetime will be. Before that time, when it's open, souls can come and go, the soul is still making up its mind, and it can be free to go and come. But once it sutures, that's it. And if you notice in all anatomies, black or white, skulls or what, whether the pigmentation's there or not, you see that little suture.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, they did the test. Oh, he passed. So that's why I said we got to really sit back. Now, I will say the rush to put that out there, we got to be, patient with that. That's why I don't just jump out there and just throw it out there because, like Sonetta said, bro, you put your foot in your mouth, then you got to come back and retract, and then everybody going to go and blame Tasha K. When in reality, like, come on, man. At least Tasha K, does some form of research. You know what I'm saying? She's showing the receipts and all of that. I ain't gonna put that up. Y'all go follow her on her Instagram, but she giving y'all all the facts to let y'all know she ain't playing. This ain't no cap. So, okay.
The sun is not hot. The sun is not bright. The sun is something that gives people who have souls the life force to stay on a planet in this lower vibration.
Let's go into he's a Leo, and let's go into Brother Polight being a Leo in this lower self and what the devil did to him. Okay, let's go. Book of Eli, Lucifer, Sun, Venus, Leo, Prize, Superior. Lucifer usually referred to the angel cast to hell after the war in heaven. Lucifer being the shining one, morning star, light bearer, and correlates to the appearance of Venus in the dawn and the false light of the Lumi beam from the black sun through Venus. The image of the morning star falling from the sky is generally believed the Baphomet act among scholars who have parallel in Canaanite mythology. Lucifer represents the element air, which is connected to intellect, knowledge, and curiosity. He leads mankind astray from the path of humbleness. Brother Polight didn't seem humble to me. Now let's go into gematria and see Brother Polight gets wrapped up in the charges of having, all that with the little girl. Let's see what they say in gematria and all the energies that went into that before we go check up out of here. A land flowing with milk and honey. Now these are the energy dynamics external. Like I said, Tarot is internal. This gematria external. These are the energies that went into why all this happened, how all this happened, when all this happened, and we're going to break it down and we're going to talk. So we got a land flowing with milk and honey. The only person Jesus cares about is himself. Polight. I love you and hope to see you soon. Is that right? So is he on the phone talking to her? He love her and hope to see her soon? Yeah, that's a song.
What are y'all supposed to do now? Get the information, do your research, and see for yourself. But Brother Polight, we gonna leave it to the team and all this and that. No, man. No, sir. No. I'm innocent. That's all y'all need to know. My supporters just stand with me. All
right. Hero Savior. Hero Savior Complex is a Victim-Victimizer software mind control archetype that is used to target star seeds and spiritually, which was that little girl, 14 years old, which is the 5 star seeds and spiritually developing people. This is one of the controller programs. That is a sub-program of the Victimizer software program and a collective magnesium that has accumulated or looped over generations. Let's go. Hero, EI, surface. You are helpless, so I will save you. Hidden. Let me steal your resources so that I can be more powerful than you are. Awakening starseeds are commonly targeted from lower energetic discernments, the act he was doing, levels to put themselves in dangerous or destructive scenarios because they believe God or their guides told them to do that. Newly awakened people generally have to heal the hero savior complex. As if not corrected, this error in thinking will form into spiritual ambition that is based in unhealthy negative ego attitudes. Usually this means the person becomes an endangerment to themselves, Polight, because they put themselves in the hero position thinking they are needed to save others, but really are going to get caught in the crossfire of spiritual battle. They misinterpret their personal awakening experience. This is Polight that may form into hero savior complex. Let me help you. Let me help you. Or you get into it with your mom. Let me take you out on the town. Yeah, we're gonna have her right, Miss Mom. We're gonna have her right. Misinterpreted their spiritual awakening experience that may form into hero savior complex, that they are there or here to save the world because people around them do not have the level of intelligence or consciousness that they feel they may have, or they are, or I'm gonna read it again, consciousness that they may feel they are ascending. Generally, in spiritual community, it is common that a person with unhealed savior complex will attempt to save people around them from some imagined threat or vision fed to them by the alien or holographic inserts in order to divide and conquer the group effort or disrupt the group projects, which is going on now. Thus, the person in the hero complex is used skillfully by the aliens and becomes a dark portal used to destroy group unity by feeding drama, malicious gossip, divided competition, all these niggas which y'all hear now, and making assumptions without having any facts. Orphan complex, he just talked about that. Orphan complex is the victim-victimizer software mind control, which they created Polight. Mind control to target starseeds that are spiritually development senses, like the same thing, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into the seducer archetype. This is the one he played. The seducer archetype, but matter of fact, we ain't gonna get into that right now. I'm gonna let my man talk.
And pray for the victims, because that's something crazy to accuse me of, right? That's it. Leave it at that. But now you wanna, wiggle around it and we will talk. Okay, so y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. What was your thoughts when you first heard this news?
Seducer archetypes is a very energetically profitable to siphon for and negative ego control by sexual addiction and hooked into the mass consciousness, sexual misery program and belief systems. When a human being is choosing to play out the game of seducer, they are in an unconscious consent to be energetically implanted to feed the NRA grid, which is the alien grid network, and separate the NRG implants. The NRG and the Michael Mary reversal, your boy Pop Smoke, Mary, Michael. Michael Mary reversal are systems of which are designed to split apart male and female energies, and so that the internal balance is not compatible of being achieved through the consent abuse of one's sexual energy or gender energies. The seducer archetype is a mesh with the Baphomet reversal mother or satanic fields in the earth layers at the second chakra and second dimensional layer. Seducer, EI, surface, ooh, you're cute, flatter, hidden. Let me tangle you in my false web of flattery and cord your 2D centers for my insatiable vampire and lure you into my sexual misery. Let's do it again. So he said, Mama, Mama, help you. We're gonna help you. We're gonna take you out on time. Go ahead, go pick her up. Yeah. I'm brother Polight. I gotta help the girls. I can't leave the girls out there. More help the boys. Can't leave the girls out there. You go pick her up and just bring her to the good. When you pick her up, I'm gonna get in the car. What do you mean you're gonna get in the car? Just about it. Okay, I'm gonna get in the car. I'm gonna ride around, talk to her first, and then you sure? Yeah. Never mind the man behind the curtain. Okay. Seducer, EI, surface. Oh, you're so cute. Flatter, hidden. Let me tangle you in my false flattery webbing and cord your two-dimensional centers for my insatiable vampire and lure you into my sexual misery. A feminine fatale or player, as we call players, is very good for an ego addicted to receive external attention for energy cords from opposite sex to feel love or worthy of attraction. This is related to seducer archetype. A feminine fatale or player is very good for an ego addicted to receive external attention or energy cords from the opposite sex to feel love or worthy of attraction. This is related to seducer archetype. Archetypes of seducer include charismatic leaders, fame seekers, or like status seekers, or like publicity seekers, or like and escapists, or like princess code, the little girl, pathological liar, and psychopaths. Now let's go to the princess code. What they mean by princess code? Princess code is a collective planetary archetype filter that was inserted technologically by the aliens into human conscious to purposely distort the female principle and female gender roles. As a result, this archetype can also be referred to as stemming from dark female. Let's read. It's stemming from, okay, we're going to go ahead and read that. We're going to keep it kicking. Matter of fact, we're going to let my man talk it out. Then we're going to go into the princess code. Then I'm going to just swing.
It's okay to be honest about it. It's all right to say, I didn't want to believe it. It's okay. We all go through that because in this country, a lot of our brothers and sisters get falsely accused. So you're going to always have a reason to, let me think about it. But when they start talking about DNA and all this and that, boy, woo.
You want to talk about DNA?
I don't know how you can,
Let's go to DNA.
Fabricate that.
Let's go. Let's see what's with the DNA. Let's go back into gematria. Last time we left out was find the answer to your question. Angel of 9-1 ghost face. The red horse is riding in it to win it. Seen before great white throne judgment. I want to be where you are. You keep on asking us. I want to be where you are. She is helping child murders ascend to the throne. She is a liar and a hypocrite. I wonder which one of those girls going to come back out under the DNA Act, under that gematria external revolution. Patone, new White House dog. The reptilians are harvesting humans underground. The virgin wife of God's holy children. Charlie and Lucas Bell. The Isles of Moral 2009. They are threatening to cast me out of Saturn prison. Oh, so you want to be stuck in Saturn, huh? Oh, so he under the Saturn moon matrix. Satan's stupidities knows no limit. Humans are monsters in Black Law Dictionary. Yahweh does love us. A shifty one gets tired. A cloak gets lifted. Masonic Lodge do get shifted. Ooh, that was a cold one, boy, because he be under the checkerboard act, the black and white under the Masonry Masonic Square. Ooh, no, Polight, you didn't do it. Did your man? That's out of the gematria. Let my man finish talking, then we're going to keep on going.
Smart enough things can be planted. I get that. In this case, we just going to have to wait and see. All right, so with that being said, y'all make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know y'all thoughts down below, man.
Polight.
Because you are now sons of the sun. Solomon.
We gotta take it back high, y'all.
Means sun man.
23 degrees.
And the wisdom of sun man is to understand that all on this planet is vanity. What does Solomon say? And all the beautiful women, all the money, all this, he said, vanity, vanity, all I see is vanity. I search for more. The point is, again, we're now starting to search for more because we understand that the sun is now putting off the energy it used to before they tuned it down, and the planet says, I need more. So, the sun is sitting in nothing but energy. The planet is taking that energy, making a magnetic field from it, sending it out, knocking out the electricity, which is one of the things that's killing you.
Princess Code. The Princess Code is a collective planetary archetype filter that was inserted technology by the aliens Orion into human conscious to purposely distort the female principle and female gender role. As a result, this archetype can also be seen referred to as stemming from the dark female or dark mother Baphomet forces that are manipulated by the satanic and Luciferian spirits, imposter spirits, in their ritual alchemy to impose their timelines and future possibilities upon the current Earth conscious. That's what they did to Dr. Malachi York, and that's what they're doing to Brother Polight. The timelines are used to feed these false female archetypes are related to a painful history of Tamat. This is a false female conscious program, which is the old name for Earth, designed to inflict pain and suffering upon the Earth. And when the Earth hurt, the mother hurt. And when the aliens invade the planet during the Atlantean cycle, the consciousness program installed in the planetary logos was designed to enslave the inhabitants of the planet based on Orion partial domination. And I'm gonna say it right. Female domination. Queen Elizabeth, monarchical and patriarchal. Y'all got to pardon me, yo. I'm trying to get my scramble my mind back. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Inhabitants on the planet based in Orion, female dominated through a strategy of shaping mind control through Archontic Deception Behaviors. This program is dark. This began the planet dark age of misnogamy. The Orion group was aware that to manifest creation, they require both male and female counterparts to merge with one another. Just as a virtual electrons were manipulating the male principle, the protons were removed to descend the female principle energy into the underworld dimensions. To keep this false female energy trapped in the lower dimensions, the Princess Code hologram was installed to be used by the alien forces as a counterpart of the false king of tyranny. The false king of tyranny, this is the stuff that goes on in church. Archetypes makes with the Princess Code archetype to maintain the control through the power elite. This is Disney, and the belief system are promoted throughout media, society, and as an inherent part of the grooming both boys and girls to adopt this abusive behavior and belief system as adults. This when they be slipping that stuff into Disney. Hold on, they trying to fuck it up. Hold on. What we up? Sorry, my minute. As adults, this dysfunction further promotes the sexual misery programs and the Moloch related soul abuse, and so that the children will not grow into well-balanced adults capable of creating truly loving, healthy, happy spiritual marriages. Sexual misery manifests genetic distortions, which are generally known as sexually transmitted diseases. I'm going to read that again under this Alien Act. This dysfunction further promotes sexual misery program and the Moloch related soul abuse, and so that the children will not grow into well-balanced adults capable of truly loving, healthy, happy spiritual marriages. Sexual misery manifests genetic distortions, which are genetically known as sexual transmitted disease. These diseases just basically fucked up distortions from this princess called archetype, and they be feeding Moloch. Is the guardian use of the term Moloch is used to describe receptacles on the astral plane that operate as battery tanks for harvest loot, which you see in Chicago, which is generally sexually in nature. Moloch tanks are used by the alien forces to collect and store human sexual energy as a battery source. Generically, the tanks are more specified and source, and we ain't gonna get into that, but that's how that look. Let me get that out of there for y'all. I'm gonna go back to Big Dog. I'm gonna slide up.
One of the things that is making everything here so low, and one of the things that the Dracons hate to see, because they want electricity, very little pure sunlight, the lowest vibration, and they don't like magnetic energy. You know what I want to get rid of? Get around a magnet. Can't stand magnets. Cold magnetic energy is a force to them, it freezes them because they're cold-blooded, and heat is what they're trying to adjust to. Then when you stipulate the cold, and then the magnetism grows, it kills them inside out. Can't stand magnet. That's one of your defensive weapons. What happens here again now is that the sun is simply an energy chakra. Now you were into yoga. I talked to the brother downstairs and I said, I'm going to drop him how you're going to really love him. How many understand chakras?
Let's go back. Brother Polight gets charged with acts of what he ain't supposed to be doing in Gematria, and let's keep going to the energies that relate around that. I would gladly be your best friend or beast of burden. King Tut was Jesus Christ. Tut, not a Chinese culture, but an Indian culture. Dead carpet energy drink reviews. The tall whites, who is Adam's mother. A big lawsuit ends world of filters. Stay with Alex, Jessica. It only takes one person and God to change the world. A marriage fought divorce before deciding Wheeler. Chacama was the largest city north of Mexico. 1330, let me read this, 1327. Chemtrails are a government internet psyop on the people. John D. burning with his spies and demons. Now we talking about Polight. Stop misspelling the words. The Freemasons lost and are still lying bitterly till the end. Take the best care of yourself, sweet dreams. Yeah, it sounds like something you'd be saying to us. Take the best care of yourself, sweet dreams. Women have infinite love. Hey y'all, prepare yourself for Rubber Band Man. Hey y'all, prepare yourself for Rubber Band Man. That's when he be throwing the money up, with the little white girls at the parties. And they get him the dominant matrix white girl where she walk around and he walking her around, parading around the party, and he throwing the money up. He's been trying to fill out all authority figures. He be trying to, check people out. Y'all know how that goes. But we're going to stop because I'm getting a little tired of this Polight crap. And Polight itself, he need to clean up his act. We're going to get it all day with that.
Chakra means wheels of life. It goes on this principle.
We're going to leave this on a high note.
That every organ that you have in your body has a gland that's with it, which secretes a hormone which goes into your physical body. But it means that beneath all of that are energy wheels, because you are not your body. You are in your body. When you're in your body will correspond to the thoughts that you generate while in that body. Because what you think, what you drink, and what you eat is what you are. Therefore, you recreate your body every 7 years. Every cell in your body is recreated, and either will go down, up, or in the middle. Now you must make it go up. You have no time to go back down at this time. Because you can regenerate it by what you
TV, like, subscribe, share,
and what you think,
comment,
what you eat, drink, and think daily should be under your control, and you should make sure everything
your mom see you out
think,
there.
eat and drink is
Try not
good
to
for you.
You're right today. This ain't gonna happen to me, Mondo.
Greeks, the new Dracons don't want that to happen. They saw what happened before.
You talking about aliens, Dracons?
Back in history now. Retired in the present. Retired in the
just got to read.
Retired in the past.
Negative aliens.
Before the coming of this Grecian Empire, there were people on this planet in a place called Lemuria. There were people on this planet at a place called Hyperborea.
Come on.
There were people on this planet at a place called, that's about 4 or 5, New Quetzal. There were people on this planet at a place called Mars, but Mars was called at that time Cairo, or Cairo, to know. They didn't want you to know that. They call it now Cairo. It's called Cairo, a Martian settlement. Understand? When you begin to see now things come back around, it's reflection of what happened before. At that time, some of the Martians were here to fight some people from Orion, which is in the Pleiades. Some of the Martians needed help because they had been fighting them before. They needed help from people who were in what they call Sirius B and Sirius C. Past that, on the other hand, there have been battles going on. And if you remember the movie again, Star Wars, and that whole trilogy, it said they had been fighting this battle across galactic time, and they were coming to one planet finally to get the showdown. Guess what the name of that planet is now? Earth. On the fringes of the galaxies of the Milky Way. You just happen to be here at the right time or wrong time, depending on how strong you're going to be, because the battle is ending here.
Come on.
There are in my father's house many mansions, many galaxies, many nebulae, many constellations, many solar systems, many universes, one cosmos, and supposedly 7 heavens, 7 whole dimensions of consciousness by which these battles are always fought. The wonderful thing is now, if you can stay on this planet, as you're already finding out, you'll be able to escalate and go with the planet from the 3rd dimension to the 5th dimension. The 5th dimension, as you remember again, one of the best things to know of is what? This is the dawn of the day of Aquarius. When Jupiter aligns with Mars, the peace will come with our planet, and love will rule the air. Now, they're telling you that one of the planets that was supposed to be peaceful didn't even exist. Used to be they taught me Pluto was there. Now they tell me Pluto's gone. So it's what God said, they can take a planet, or take away a planet. Or do they change your mind and change your nomenclature here, and then you take away the planet because they took your mind, which is it? Be careful of people who give you no reason for what they say, but saying automatically you ought to follow it. If you ever have to doubt what you believe what people say that is true, not what people who have been proven to be liars say, because the truth is in you, not in them. They use you to purvey their truth because they don't know the truth. How the movie go? You can't handle the truth.
Oh, my son.
Been a pleasure. Boy Pomo, aka Bruce Spiritual. Matter of fact, I'm gonna kick a rap that I wrote. Y'all check it out real quick. Alright, let's go. I'm from the city of tears. Dry up quickly, mothers bury their son. Horoscopes, the gun. Gemini, which way we run? We straight for life. With 3.5, was trying hard just to stay alive. John Travolta, rat smoking roaches with vultures. Smell of death in the air. Jesus, peace, police brutality. Fred Hampton, how we get here. 150 snake hats. Well, let me quit playing. This poem, I'm out. House music with OGs, FF